Cost of Living in Toronto by Jason Fernandez. About Toronto. The name Toronto is likely derived from the Araucanian word Coronto, meaning the place where trees stand in water. This refers to the northern end of what is now Lake Simcoe, where the Huron had planted tree saplings to coral fish. Advantages and disadvantages about Toronto. Advantages is that it's ranked the highest for its safety, cost of living, business environment, food, and democracy. Since Toronto is a big city for global finance and business, and is a great place for an entrepreneur to work due to all the activities, all the sales you can make, all of that. It is also known for its great weather in the spring and summer, but some disadvantages are that housing is expensive in Toronto, not all around Canada, but mostly in Toronto. Lots of traffic and congestion, and in the winter it gets very cold. So it's not like Florida where the weather is good all year round. Homeownership, jobs, and rates. According to RBC, more than 40% of Canadian households under 35 years old own their own homes, which is more advanced compared to some places around the world where you have people owning little rooms or like little rent places like in the late 50s. Canada in general, especially Toronto, has one of the highest ownership rates in the world. Toronto and Vancouver, two main cities that are in Canada, are actually double that of the cities Paris and Berlin. My living in Toronto. In my living in Toronto, I will have a two-story home, renting with two other people. Water and electricity is not included in the house. It comes fully furnished with a washer and a dryer and free AC filters. Cost of travel and transportation. So in Toronto, I'll be owning a 2020 Honda Accord, paying about $249 a month. The vehicle it is beneficial because it is a midsize sedan that drives me to work every day, and gas needs to be filled every Sunday, costing around only $30. So for a midsize sedan, it's a very good price, and monthly it helps out with what I have to pay for the house. Average cost of gas in Toronto is around 72.9 to 92.8. The gas is a little different over there than here, so 72 will be about $1.70 to, and 92.8 will be around $2.11 per gallon. The bus cost in Toronto is $3.20. So then the ethnicity groups in Toronto are various, and they're very mixed. For being a place in Canada, there's actually more English people there than Canadians. So the English percentage is 12.9, the Chinese is 12.0, Canadian is 11.3, Irish is 9.7, Scottish is 9.5, Italian 6.9, Indian 7.6, Filipino 5.5, German 4.6, French 4.5, Polish 3.8. There's actually an article that compares Toronto to New York City due to the mix of the nationality and races in a city. Cost of groceries and food. The average cost of food and groceries a month in Toronto, not in Canada but just in Toronto, is around $500 per month. Just like in the U.S., Canada and Toronto also have the same fast food such as Chipotle, McDonald's, Burger King, Chick-fil-A, Taco Bell, you name it, they have it just like we do here in the U.S. Unlike the U.S., living in Toronto you're less likely to buy fast food and rather eat at home or fine diners. So there's an article that says that those living in Toronto rather eat what they cook at home or at fine diners than eat fast food. Fun activities and events you can do in Toronto. So Canada isn't really known for being very good at sports, But recently, in 2018, I believe, the Toronto Raptors were actually NBA champions. But some things you can do is catch a Toronto Blue Jays game or a Raptors game. Another activity you can do is visit the CN Tower, one of the famous monuments around the world, and mainly the main monument to see in Canada. You can visit the Toronto Islands, La Casa Loma, or visit its special and very rare Royal Ontario Museum, one of the only museums located in Toronto. Minimum wage. For most jobs in Toronto, the minimum wage is $14 per hour, whereas in Florida it's $8. So as you can see, the minimum wage in Toronto is almost double that's in Florida and most places in the U.S. In Toronto, the income per household is $80, $80,000, my bad, $80,000, and the average cost of living in Toronto per person is almost $1,000. So it's slightly under that of the U.S. depending where you live, but located directly in Toronto, it's almost $1,000 per month. So from this project, I learned that living in Toronto is quite beneficial, not only job wise, but for yourself as well, because the rent for a two-story house isn't like that here in Florida, where for a two-story house you pay almost $2,000 a month. In Canada, you can pay that for $900 a month. So if you were to split a house among two people, it'll come out better than living somewhere in the U.S., especially the main cities. I also learned that Toronto is a very nice city. It's very easy to live there. And if you want to mix, if you're the type of person that likes a mix of nationality and race in one place, Toronto is the place to live. The housing and the food monthly isn't as much here as here in the U.S. And as you can see, Toronto is a way better environment if you're planning to be an entrepreneur or someone, a real estate agent. The place to work is Toronto. Thank you for listening to my PowerPoint.